to like specific situations, then it's like, should I go help this team or should I just keep farming? Should I push this side or should I go help the team?
Yeah,
So
I really saw that in like when you head towards the mid to late game. You were very indecisive of what you wanted to do, and we'll talk about
oh
that.
yeah.
But how long have you been playing?
Probably about a month and a half, maybe, maybe a little longer. I've played a lot in the first half of the month, but I've been very discouraged lately.
Oh,
Uh,
why is
yeah,
that?
just because, well, my friends aren't very helpful with new players. So
Oh,
whenever I
no,
play with
fair.
them, it's like more of, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to do. And then like they give me like a direction to do, but I just watched a video and I'm like, I think I should be doing this. You know, and then they're like, well, come help us or whatever. So it's really just that indecisiveness of really what I should be doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. And then also, oh yeah, only for playing for like a month is actually that's impressive that you're already like you already know about your clearing and you already know what to do when you're doing a clear. I see that you are checking your map constantly. I could see that, which is very impressive because most people don't do that when they first start off. And you're not really worried about how much damage you're taking from the jungle monsters, which is good because you don't really need to be paying attention too much about your clear. I want to first talk about, I'm going to start sharing my screen right now. I have a quick question.
All right.
So first things first is I have a question about why'd you come over here and why did you ward? What was your thought process here?
Just to get some vision down. That's really the only
Okay.
reason. I didn't have much of a thought process behind it.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. Because generally, I think a good start when we're starting into jungle, or for basically any champion, is to just start in this bush over here. And then, do you know about when you should recall if you want to get red trinket? Do you know about that?
No.
So you would just sit in this bush until the timer hits 52. And then you would just ward right here, and this ward will cover this whole place right here. So this would just stop anyone from invading your topside jungle, and you would basically know if someone was invading you. This is just a basic stop someone from invading you if it ever does happen, and you would just know that you would just clear their topside if they go to your topside. So this ward is more helpful than what you're doing, and being there, I mean, it's not too bad. I'm not saying like this is like the end all be all, but it's just a good starting point to be right here and then putting a ward here. And it always at 52 is when you should recall and place the ward at the end of your recall and then pick up the red trinket when you get back to base. I don't know if you recall, I forgot what happened. One thing I want to talk about is the first clear, and starting red isn't really a great option anymore. And the reason I say that is because Raptors is always usually a better start because of the options that you get with it. You could go to your Raptors, you could go to your red, and then you can go to your Krugs. And this is like one of the paths that you can take if you want to gank bot side. Because every time it takes 3 camps in order to get level 3. And this is an easy way to get a good level 3 gank. So you would go to your Raptors, you go to your red, and then you would go to Krugs. That's one option you can take, and that would be a good level 3 gank for bot lane. And then the other option is going Raptors to Krugs to red. And then you can go towards mid. And the reason why this is better is because if we just look at what happened in this game, it's actually happened in your game. You cleared your red and then you went to Krugs, which is, you know, your typical clear. But if you were watching your map, you could see that they're going to start fighting already. These people are going to start fighting, and this wave is pushing towards. And if you just did the clear of Raptors red to Krugs, you can get a easy gank here because look, they're pushing the wave into your team, and then you could have been here, but now you're on your Raptors, and now there's like no opportunity to go for a gank here. So this just like stops an opportunity to go to bot lane already. So I just recommend if you're going to start anything, I would say start Raptors. And then that's the same thing with top side. It's like if you start Raptors, you would go Raptors, red, Krugs, and then you can gank top, or you can go Raptors, Krugs, red, and then just go mid or go to your, if there is a gank opportunity, obviously.
Okay.
It's just better.
Is there something that like I can, like something that tells you, okay, I should do the mid gank or the bottom gank, or just watch the map and kind of?
Yes, there is. So it's super easy. So let's just say that you're heading to Krugs right now, or actually after you clear your first buff, we'll say that after you're clearing your first buff, you can already tell what's going to be pushing towards you and what's not by just looking at the minions. You can see that Warwick has 3 minions, he has 2, this is pushing towards him. And then with bot side right now, it's a little bit more neutral, but you can see that Morgana's already pushing in, and it's just a quick check to see who has more minions and who's applying pressure, and you can see that this bot lane's already applying pressure to your Tristana. So just look
so I could
at
just
the minions.
start at Raptors, and then just pick what I'm gonna do by just looking at the map.
Yep. As you're walking towards your red, you can choose to stop at red because you want to go to bot, or you can just continue and go to Krugs and then go to your red, then go to mid.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. And like you can do a level 2 gank as well, but generally people don't do that anymore. Most champions don't do that. The only champions that really do that are like Jarvan and Nunu. Vi can do a level 2 gank because she can just get her Q for her level 2. But if you are going to start Raptors also, don't start W, start your E, because that's going to clear it faster, obviously. Something that generally I feel like is better because it gives you more options to do what you want. I don't think there was anything that I wanted to really talk about except talking about clearing your top side. So I already see that you're obviously checking your map, and I love how you already are doing the kiting strat where you're kiting towards the direction you want to head, which is really, really smart. It's really good. It lets you clear faster. One thing I do want to talk about is the order you clear things. So clearing the wolves is fine, but going to blue is not, for a reason of timers with the jungle camps. So if you clear Raptors, then you clear Krugs, and then you clear red, and then head towards top and clear your wolves, and then clear your blue, the next go, if you didn't gank a lane, like, let's just say you didn't gank a lane this game, the next go you do that same clear, Gromp will not be up when you come back in this direction. The blue will also not be up. But if you clear your Gromp first and then clear your blue, your Gromp will be up if you do the same path that you took. So generally, just clear your Gromp before you clear your blue. That's just it. Just clear your Gromp before you clear blue, because the timers of the jungle camps. Do you know how strong your champions are in the early game?
Some of them I do, but not all of them.
So generally, Warwick, Vi, really good early gamers. Really, really good at 1v1ing their junglers. So if you're ever playing Warwick and Vi, go for this fight, I think, every time, for the most part. There might be some matchups you lose, but that's just a learning experience. But generally, I would go for this every time because you're going to win this no matter what.
I felt confident because of my shield. I knew that I could just pop my shield, and then, I mean, he could do damage, and then I could just pop another shield. Yep.
And that's exactly what happens. Like, he uses all his abilities. Yes, he got you down to like half, and he's like in the lead. But after he uses all his abilities, he's already done for. And that's exactly what happens.
Then I saw Darius, so I just kept fighting it.
Yep, that's super good, super good. And this is one thing I want to talk about also: clearing your scuttle. Generally, when you're clearing your scuttle, you want to clear it into the path that you want to take next. So if you want to go mid, go in front of this scuttle, and the scuttle will walk this way, and then that will give you more time. It'll just let you go this way, because now this scuttle is heading up towards top and you don't want to go that direction, and it's just gonna waste more time for you. So if you want to go mid with the scuttle, get in front of it and then clear it this way, and then if you just want to go top, clear it this way, obviously.
If I'm hitting it already, is there a way to like get in front? I guess I could just queue in front of it.
Yeah, you could queue. I mean, you could just walk in front of it. Just walk in front of it. It always just runs away from you. So as soon as you pass the midpoint of it, it's gonna walk towards mid lane. So you just need to walk in front of it because it is slower than you. But like since you're clearing towards top side, you're a little bit late to this, which isn't super bad because you wouldn't have made it in time in the first place. The Twisted Fate should have flashed in the first place. He does die here, but I don't feel like this is a mistake that you really took. You could have been here quicker, but it really doesn't matter too much because I think it wouldn't have mattered in the first place because your Twisted Fate didn't flash away from this. But generally, if you want to get into, if you want to help yourself go into a certain direction, make sure you clear your Scuttle in the direction you want to go to. Do you know what is a good path when you're ganking a lane?
No. Oh, do you mean like, are you talking about like you try to cut them off, you don't walk directly towards them?
Yes. That's what I'm talking about, yes.
Okay.
So...
yeah, I try to do that.
Yeah. Obviously, this gank, it really doesn't... This gank wasn't really like you had to do that because he was going to fight your Twisted Fate anyways. But generally, whenever we want to gank as far as possible into the bushes. And if you have the chance, maybe even come up here. But just gank as far as possible over this way, because this gives them less time to go into a certain direction. Because that is how you cut someone off. Because if you're down here... the cutoff is way worse. But if you're up here, the cutoff is better because they can only walk certain directions. They need to like basically get away from you.
Okay, makes sense.
Yep. You should know that Viego wants this bot Scuttle because you took the top one. Because if he doesn't get bot Scuttle, he's going to lose even more. If you're going to go for something that's in the river or something that's, you know, in this mid space like Dragon or Scuttle or Baron or Rift Herald and the Grubs, if you ever want to go for those objectives, check if your lanes are pushed up. That's one thing. And if they are, just ping this. Like, ping help. Because if he loses this Scuttle, it'll be even worse for him. And also, he might just die for this. Because you can see that your bot lane's already pushed up. And they have nothing they have to really do here. Because, I mean, they might get a little bit of turning platings. But once they push this wave in, and they might not even push this wave, even the Pantheon can just come help you. One person comes here, like, you wouldn't be in a bad spot where you had to just get out and, you know, you can't get the Scuttle anymore. But if, you know, Pantheon just came here, you would have gotten the free Scuttle, and it would have been worse for him. He's actually on your red. Actually stole your red.
Yeah, I think
there.
I found that out. Yeah, I found that out. I'm like, oh, dang.
Yeah. There's nothing you can really do about that. Generally, I guess I can't really say what you can do about that. Obviously, what you could do is obviously go into his top jungle and then take his stuff, but you don't know where he is. I think it wouldn't have been a bad choice to either. Because then you would just split the map 50-50 this way, and you'll be more in top side and he'll be more in bot side, which isn't like super terrible. I would say you could go for it because you are technically kind of ahead of him. You are 2-0. And you have more CS than him, and you hit level 6 just now. Maybe, I don't know, maybe next time you can just check on his Raptors, check on his Krugs, maybe go for a fight. And it all depends also if your lanes are pushed in, if you can go for it. But like, that's what I'm saying. It gets super complicated on if you should go for this or not. So just taking your general clear of your jungle is okay for now. Because usually this won't happen too much in low elo. It will start happening more once you get into like gold and plat, where people will start taking your stuff, and when you would really start thinking about how you should path and how you should if you should take their stuff and if they're taking yours.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty indecisive whether or not I should take their jungle or just keep farming mine.
I think it's fine to just stick to your jungle for now. Obviously, there's points where you can take their jungle. When, you know, Viego is dead, you can take their jungle. When your lanes are pushed, so like if you want to take their bot jungle, you would make sure that both of these lanes, or at least one of these lanes, are pushed in, because that would offer support for you. But generally in the lower elos, I would just say clear your stuff, because your teammates are probably not going to help you if you get collapsed on. But like, if you do want to go for this, you just got to make sure that the lanes around you, like if you're going top side, make sure top and mid are pushed in, and then if you're going bot side, bot or top, or bot or mid is pushed in, because that means they can rotate and help you if you know, Viego shows up. But generally, I would just say just stick to your jungle. It's just the safer option. I have one thing to say about when you're going into a gank. I would just immediately pop my Oracle Lens, because you didn't even use it here. You have two of them as well. Just immediately pop your Oracle Lens. Don't clear the ward. So there's like options. So if you pop your Oracle Lens and you spot a ward in here, they're only going to see you for like a good second or two, and then the vision is gone for them again. And if they don't spot you in those 2 seconds, then you're free to gank. Okay. But like, you know, if you see them not backing off, obviously you can go for the gank again. You could still go for it. But if you obviously see them backing off, just take the ward and then, you know, go back to clearing your jungle, which is fine.
Okay. But
just pop your, every time you're going into a lane, pop your Oracle Lens. It's just good. And then this is where you became really undecisive. you went back and forth on this tower like 5 or 6 times. Like, I don't even know how many times you went back and forth here. So this is the thing. You're going to be wasting your time anyways if you go for this. So blocking back and forth is way worse. So just go. Just go for it. Just go for it. If it doesn't work out, you're probably not going to die, but at least you can try to save them, you know? Just try, because
I was like, I don't know if I trust him. I don't know. He's level 8. Oh no.
Yeah. But it's like at this point, just you're already wasting your time by going back and forth in the tower. Just go help them, because he actually survived for pretty long. Like, you could have been like here by now, and then maybe you could have gotten a Q and maybe saved him. What happens. He dies, and yeah. But see, like, now you just wasted more of your time by basically doing nothing. Pushing the wave in. I think you die here.
He kills me here, yeah.
Yeah, he does kill you. I think you guys get wiped, too. Yeah, you guys get wiped here. I wish that your Twisted Fate didn't do what he did, but I also wish that you didn't go for this either. And the reason why I say you shouldn't go for this is you're 3-0 and you just got a lot of gold. And you're, yes, you are, we'll say you are strong, but you're not as strong as you could be at the moment because you're missing so much of your items that you could have gotten with your gold. And that's like one reason maybe you lost this. But like, when I look at this in general, Twisted Fate is always going to get away from this, and if he doesn't, then this is his fault. But I would have just took it back because you,
and I'm half health.
Yeah, you're just kind of in a spot where you're not super strong because you only have your tunneler still and a ruby crystal. And you're just probably going to die here anyways. I like how Pantheon was here, I like how Twisted Fate was here, but overall, the reason why we lost this is because the Viego was here, and you just didn't have enough damage, enough items for you to really do some damage.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I would have just taken the back. Or no, you had 2,000, sorry. You had 2,000 gold just sitting, and...
I think I realized that once I went back, I was like, I had all this gold, what am I doing? Yeah, half the time I watch a video and then I come to the game and it does, like, half of the stuff doesn't apply because everybody's doing crazy crap.
Yep. And I do like what you're doing though, because this is low elo. You don't know what the hell is going to go on. All you got to do in low elo is support your teammates. That is your job. You need to support them. Because they're going to do stupid shit like this. And they're going to do stupid shit like this too. But I love that you're going here because your Pantheon's ulting in, you're going for this, like, it's okay. And I like that you go for this because you're supporting your Pantheon is helping you. And this is really good. You get the York, you get a nice shutdown, really good. I hate that he gets the kills. Pantheon is now super ahead, and you also got a good amount of gold here. Pushing this wave is fine. But I'd say the second option you could have taken is just both of you go for this rift. Just go for it. Like,
Okay.
2 people are down. The only person that can really come here is the Viego and the Morgana, because we did spot the Kai'Sa in the bot lane, I'm pretty sure, just a second ago. But usually when we get people that are dying, just go for objectives. Go for stuff like Rift Herald. You do take it later on, but this is like just a free Rift Herald, and then you can like go for something like this. But you know what? Taking the turret is not a bad choice either, because you do, I think, in the end get it anyways. But I would just go for Rift Herald. But now we're wasting our time.
I don't know what I'm
yeah,
doing
we're
now.
we're wasting our time. Like this is like the little things that are like stacking up. That's like making you lose. Like you're not really losing a lead here, but you're not gaining anything either. Because you should just be doing what you're doing. Walk to your bot side or walk to your top side, clear everything in the top side, and do something after that. But yeah, you're coming over here. You already know Pantheon's dead, and now you're just sitting. You're doing nothing. At least you recognize that. Yeah, see, now you're just heading to your top side, and then you clear it all. I like how you're supporting your teammates again. Really good. Okay, you caught the Warwick. Really, really good. And I think he survives. Unlucky. And then you go for, I think, Scuttle, and then you go for Rift or something like that. Oh no, you continue to support your teammates. Good. I like that. But I think now, yeah, you just go to your Rift Herald. Good. I like it. I like that you're going Rift Herald. Your top is not pushed in, but your mid was pushed in, and you know Darius is there, and he can support you after he takes the minions. So, do you know how to use Rift Herald properly?
Not really, no.
So, generally Rift Herald isn't that strong anymore, but you can make it extremely strong if you use it right. And this is why I'm saying this, is because later on you're going to be in a spot where I feel like you should have just used the Rift Herald and then done something else. Or like push the wave, because I forgot exactly what happens here, and this is where I feel like you could have used your Rift Herald. So after you killed this Warwick, just use it here, because Tristana, you could already see Tristana is committing to this. She's committing to this push. If you just use it here, the Rift Herald will follow her, and she could probably even take 2 towers, because Tristana is a really good tower taker. And if you just used it here, it requires more of the enemies to be wary of what's happening up here. It creates pressure. It creates a lot of pressure here. And if they don't match this, she's probably going to take two towers and maybe even a 3rd one. And there are 2 people down as well. So this is a great time to use Rift Herald, because this spreads out their numbers. Because if if like, you know, the Morgana comes up here, obviously the Tristana could probably still kill her. But now more people can push mid, more people can push bot. This just spreads it out. Basically spreads out the enemies in order for you to do even more stuff and make your team be able to do more stuff and have basically no pressure on them. So I would say this was a great spot to do a Rift Herald, because you killed an enemy and then you see that the laner is already pushing into it. You could just spawn it and then let the laner take it, you know? Or if the laner dies and then you still got a kill, you can split with it. If it, like, because you're still bringing someone to you as you're using the Rift Herald.
Okay.
Someone has to come to you, because if they don't, you're probably going to take 2 towers. And that's a lot of gold that they're going to, like, you know, that you're going to gain for free, which is really bad for them. And when it okay, so one thing when it comes to the mid to late game as a jungler, showing yourself like this is generally not okay. Because if we don't show ourselves, if we just walk over here, maybe they don't have this bush warded. Like, I'm just gonna see if they even have this bush warded. This bush is not warded. If you just walk up here, maybe this Viego even comes up closer, and they come up closer. But just not showing yourself is a big upside for you. It's really, really good, to just not show yourself. Just sit in a bush, just chill. Because if they miss position, you can get a trade in. Like if this Viego goes in on this Pantheon, you can go for a trade. This just helps a lot more if you just don't show yourself. Because now they have to think about, oh, is someone here, is someone not here? And it makes them question if they should even go for something like this. I forgot what you did here. I think you became more indecisive again. Forgot what happened.
I tend towards the end of the game, I tend to like only take the buffs. I don't clear the camps because I feel like I should be helping my team. So I just indecisive about that.
Yeah, it's not a bad. I would say it's not a bad thing to be like that. Once you get into more of the higher ranks like gold, plat, and emerald, once you get into those ranks, you need to stop doing that. But doing what you're doing now is really good. You just need to support them. You just have to have their back, you know? Just have their back from whatever stupidity that they're going to do, because you know that you can do something for them if something does happen. But in points like this, like, you know, Twisted Fate's getting pushed in, top is having whatever, Tristana just died, whatever, and then Yorick is pushing over here. At this point in like the game, you should just be farming, because there's nothing about to happen here, and letting them take this tier 1 tower is not a big deal. Tier 1 towers should generally fall around 15 minutes. If they don't, you know, cool, they don't, but like, it's okay to sacrifice them. And this is like one of those times where this tower is doing nothing for you. It's just causing more people to come here to stop them from, you know, taking it. And it's just not worth it. It really isn't, because Twisted Fate can be doing something else, like going top side, or he can be going bot side, or he could be doing whatever else he needs to do. But since he's stuck in this mid lane with this tower, he's just being useless basically. So letting this tower die should have been the case that should have happened, and it doesn't even fall until I think another wave. But you should just go your Krugs, then go to your Raptors, and then start going clear topside. But also you could support your teammate, which is what you did. You didn't show yourself. Like, this is good. This is a good position for you because you didn't show yourself. They don't know that you're here. And this is good because the Viego is, I think, going to die here because they don't know that there's more people here. And now that you show yourself, he's actually going to back off. And I think he still actually does something really stupid, which is that, but whatever. We're not going to worry about that. He shouldn't have died there, but that's okay. It's never a bad idea to still try for all these people to go for Baron, because Tristana's going to stop the Yorick anyways. Because, you know, the jungler is down. Jungler's dead. So you might as well try for it, but don't push your luck. If you feel like you guys are not taking it fast enough, if you feel like you guys are going to die, obviously don't push your luck. And because when it comes down to this Baron, it's either going to be a 4v4 or a 4v3. It just depends on if the Yorick is there or not. And if the Yorick is there, obviously we're just going to stop doing Baron and we're going to back off, because we know that this is the problem child right now. Yorick is the problem child. He has been the problem child for this whole game. And as long as we know where he is, we can go to stuff like Baron and Dragon and waste his TPs for stuff like this. Obviously, he doesn't have TP here, but if you just go for this and he still doesn't have TP and he's pushing bot, great, you just got a free Baron, because this will be a 4v3 for them, and you'll probably win that fight, because it is a 4v3. So I would generally just, you know, go for it. Go for it. It's never a bad call to go for Baron. At least, okay, well, there is bad calls to go for Baron, but this is a very good call for Baron because your mid lane is pushed in. You have already some wards, but like you have all these people already heading towards like that general direction, and it'll just be 4 people taking Baron. You probably won't take it too fast, but it's okay as long as the problem child doesn't show up. It's probably a free Baron for you, and if he does show up, well, great, you just back off and you don't lose anything. It's kind of like it's a win situation either way. See, he's still pushing, and if you guys just went Baron, it could have been good. So, as a jungler, when we're heading towards the mid to late game and Baron's up, we generally don't want to be bot side or show ourselves bot side. I know that dragon is coming up, but you could already see that, like, you know, there's 3 people here, and generally that's where everyone's going to be because Baron is such a good, like, you know, is such a big power spike, or not power spike, but a good objective to take. If the enemy was smart here, which they aren't for some reason, they would have just gone Baron here, because you're showing yourself bot. They know that this will not be smite stealed ever. So this, and also it's already a 5v4, because your Darius is already dead. At this point in time, yeah, keep pushing the bot lane. Go for it. But like, before, just go top side, because Baron is up. The drag is coming up now, and I think you guys fight for it. And now our Twisted Fate is caught. That is great. But there was this one thing that I thought that you could have done something a little bit better from trying to steal this drag. You try to go for this drag steal, which I would have went for this as well. And I don't know. I don't know why you queued in like that.
I thought Viego was the only one there.
Oh, oops. Oh, okay. You thought
I thought he was there. I was like, I'm just gonna kill him real quick, steal the dragon. And then when I popped in, I was like, oh shit, there's like the whole team. So I just dip out.
Let me try to go exactly. For something like this, you can be a lot more patient. You could have been so much more patient here because this dragon is still at 7k HP. You have so much time to do what you wanted to do, which is try to kill the Viego. But also, don't take your chances. Flash Q him. Like, if he dies, it's worth it. Because if you get this, if the dragon is at like 2k HP, you flash Q this Viego, you are not only killing the Viego, you're also getting the dragon because you have your smite still. But you should just be more confident with what ability, like your flash, and just wind up your Q when this drag is at like 2k HP, click flash on the Viego, kill him, take the drag. And maybe you probably would die for it, but at least you got a kill and you got a drag, which was a nice trade, basically. It was a good trade. But now this
when you hold your Q, you can flash and it'll hold your Q.
It'll hold your Q for you. So you can flash, yeah, you could flash while you're charging your Q. That's just, it's not a hard thing to do. I do recommend practicing it if you haven't done it before, so you can get used to it. But it's a really easy thing to do. Just hold your Q button and then click your D or F key depending on what's your flash, and then you'll flash in that direction. I don't like the way you walked in this direction. Your team shouldn't be fighting here in the first place, but I feel like the direction that you walked in was kind of bad. If you're ever going to walk into like a direction as a tankier character, I know you're half HP, but a better walk is just to stay right here, kite back and forth, like go forward, go backwards, because walking all the way around this is wasting a lot of time for them to do whatever they want to your team. So if you just stay around here, maybe even just stay in the bush, you know, you just chill here for a little bit, chill in the bush, wait for whatever happens, and then if your team starts fighting, obviously go. If they don't start fighting, don't go. So, because taking this long route is wasting time that your Pantheon had. This was a great opportunity where you could have been there for a, for something, because Pantheon went in here, and you can see that no one backed him up. And this would have been amazing for you, because you would have been still here, you would have been able to queue him, and then maybe this guy dies. And this is Yorick, and that's the problem child. If you kill the problem child, probably you're going to win. But since you walked this long route, Pantheon didn't have any support here, and basically I think you guys just lost the fight from this. And that's kind of like what ended the game for you guys. Because after this, there was like no way coming back here. But thank you for giving me this VOD review. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, your videos have been a lot of help.
Well, thank you. I greatly appreciate you saying that. I've been trying my hardest.
Yeah, yours are very simple to understand, and it's very simple. If I watch like skill capped, I don't really get nothing out of it.
But I would say practice the flash Q for Vi. Use your red trinket more when you're going into ganks. At a point, just make a decision, because walking back and forth is bad. Keep playing. That's kind of it. Just keep playing, because you're a very new player. You got a lot to learn.
All right. Well, yeah. I'll keep watching your videos. They're a lot of help. So.
Thank you for the VOD review. Thank you for the kind words. And if you want, obviously, another VOD review, just text me on Discord again, and then we could do this again. Maybe in like a week or two, to see how you improve and stuff.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
Of course.
Alrighty. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Have a happy New Year.
You too. Bye bye.